Welcoming beats.
Ladies, gentlemen, the unidentified and internet land dwellers that dwell in the shadows, new subscribers and all, welcome to the Channel of Kool. This is a Kool Sports Chronicle, and y'all know me. I'm the homie Mizterkool. We on the court. Check ball.
On the Channel of Kool. Like and share and subscribe.
Again, just because someone is inspired by a player doesn't mean they want to be exactly like the player. Honestly, for me, I was inspired by Kevin Johnson, Charles Barkley. I was even inspired by MJ, and he broke my heart in '93. Who else was I inspired by as far as gameplay? In my day, who else was I inspired by? Gary Payton, his defense. Bruce Bowen, his defense. Who else was I inspired by on the court? I was inspired by so many athletes on the court. Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb. Shout out to Jay Boogie, a friend of mine who was a Charlotte Hornet fan. I think we called him Little Muggsy at one time. Who else out there that Kool was inspired by when he was coming up hooping? Isaiah Thomas was one. I have a book that I got out of the book fair in elementary school. It was called. It was. I guess it was a blending of the two athletes. It was a Charles Barkley and Isaiah Thomas book. I think I still have that book somewhere around this house somewhere. If Kool ever finds that book, I'm going to show it to the screen. I'm going to let y'all know. But continuing on with the art.
Today we talk about the NBA All-Star break. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed portions of the All-Star break. Let's begin. To be quite honest, who cares who won the celebrity game? The skills competition consisted of 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, and 1s. If you do not know those numbers, the 1 is the point guard, 2 is the shooting guard, 3 is the small forward or shooting forward, the 4, that's the power forward, and the 5, that's the center, that's the Shaq. So if you ever hear me say 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, if I reference these numbers, I am talking positions. A 5, I think a 4 or 5, I don't know, Bam Adebayo, he won the skills competition. I didn't watch it, but it shows that not only guards can play in the skills competition. If you watch the skills competition, it's not all that great. No one's high flying. They're just shooting and passing and dribbling around the court. Those are drills that I give the kids. So if you want to see a bunch of drills being done and somebody getting a trophy for doing that, by all means, be my guest. Let's cut to the chase. The 3-point shootout. Shout out to my man D Book from 3Land. I have to admit, I was first a proponent of not changing the format of the 3-point shootout. This dates back to the Larry Bird, Mark Price, Dan Marley days. I used to love watching 5 shots, or let's say 4 shots in the money ball. You can strategically put that money ball wherever you want in those 5 spots. The baseline, the wing, the top of the key, on the other side, and the other side baseline. What did we find out? We found out Buddy Hield has a jump shot there. Yes, indeed. Homie got the range. And we also found out that D Book ain't take no prisoners. He lost by 1 point. He lost at the last shot from Buddy Hield. I thought that was a great shot. I thought it was a great competition. To the winner goes the spoils. D Book, you came out your first year of the All-Star break. You showed and proved. I don't want you leaving with your head down, because we already got ourselves a 3-point shootout award. We won it already, baby. The slam dunk contest. This is what everybody came to see. Did Dwyane Wade violate judges' agreement to keep the dunk contest tied? This is by Dan Feldman. Heat forward Derrick Jones Jr. won the dunk contest with Wade as a judge. Suspect City. You do the math. On his final dunk, Jones got a 48. Then Aaron Gordon dunked over terrified Taco Fall and got a 47. The voting for Gordon's last dunk was Dwyane Wade 9, Common 10, Candace Parker 10, Chadwick Boseman 9, Scottie Pippen 9. Hold up, time out. Hey, look, let's talk about the judges before we go any further. Common, the rapper, Fame Chicago. Who are you? Why are you on the panel of judges for a slam dunk contest? You could have asked me if you're going to ask Common. I'm way better than Common. Y'all need to call me. Check ball. I ain't playing out here. Moving down the line. Was it rigged or was it not rigged? Just spoke to a dunk contest judge, Common, who tells ESPN, quote, "We thought it was going to be tied. We were like, this is a tie. But somebody didn't do it right. I don't know who it is." With Common and Parker giving 10s and casting blame elsewhere, Wade, Boseman, and Pippen became suspects. The evidence points strongly at Wade. Before the scores were even revealed, a smiling Wade removed his earpiece as if he knew the contest was finished. Notice how Common and Scottie Pippen both looked at Wade after seeing the scores. For Aaron Gordon to achieve a perfect score his first 4 dunks, I think you should have just laid the trophy out to him, just like he said. Because Wade did the BS, it's only right that Aaron Gordon was pissed. Derrick Jones went under the legs multiple dunks. I mean, it got to a point where I was like, all right, bruh. I mean, through the legs, I got you. Could you do something different? My man Aaron Gordon literally jumped, caught the ball from the side of the basket, and did a 360 windmill so smooth and punched that jump. That was one of the best dunks in slam dunk contest history, if you ask me. Aaron Gordon, for the second year, got robbed. I just can't believe that it got that. I mean, Dwight Howard ain't have a chance. So, you know, his Superman dunk tribute to Kobe, bravo. Moving along. Let's do this. Next year, let's have a slam dunk panel. Julius Erving said it himself. He thought Aaron Gordon got robbed. I agree. Jones, not taking anything from Jones. You want it, come back next year. So I'm looking at Zion Williamson, Derrick Jones. I might even add Aaron Gordon to that list. And why not Levine? Those are my 4 picks. I knew not to watch this one. I knew it was going to be some BS. And had I known who the judges were, I'd have turned it. I'm so livid right now. I don't even like the fact that Wade did the BS. And if I was an NBA player, I'd call him out. Not nobody in the gym bothered to call Wade out on his bullshit. And shame on y'all. Shame on all y'all. This dude dunked over Taco Fall. Not many people was jumping over that dude. Again, man, Julius Erving, slam dunk contest champion winner himself, he said Aaron Gordon got robbed. But moving along, man, I don't want to stay on the slam dunk contest forever. Let's go to the All-Star game. Yay, nay, it's a win in my book. I think those boys they went out there and they was hooping. Salute to Chris Paul, who decided to change the format of the game to make it more competitive. He came out and he balled his ass off. He caught an alley-oop. I ain't seen Chris Paul dunk in 15 years. My man dunked it with 2. He was representing, and it was his idea to make the format the way it was. I enjoy looking at the West and the East, their uniforms tagging Gigi and Kobe's number front and back. Towards the 4th quarter, I was watching the last 3 or 4 minutes, and them dudes was balling hard. This is how the All-Star game should have been. And for the past 3 or 4 years, it wasn't like that. 157, 155, Team LeBron with the W. And I mean, I'm looking at the quarters. It was 53-41 in the first, 30-51 in the second, 41-41 in the third, and 33-22. That was more of a game. It was 33-22. Let you know that 4th quarter, it was all out war. It was all out, straight playing ball, check ball. We on there, we mixing it up, we diving on the floor, we taking charges, offensive foul, we going the other way, we fouling dudes and fouling them hard too. And the coaches had to get up and actually strategically put together a plan to actually win the game. I have to give this All-Star game, if I had to give it a grade, I'd give it a B-. And I'm only giving it a minus because of the Wade debacle. It could have been better had Wade, Candace Parker, and Chadwick Boseman not been there. This is my panel for the slam dunk contest. It's a 5-person panel. I'm going Michael Jordan. Knowing Michael Jordan, he might not come. So if not Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Spud Webb, yep, 2 Atlanta Hawks, yep, gotta have them on because they both won it. I'm doing this on the fly. I want to go Dominique Wilkins, Spud Webb, Julius Erving. Is Iceman still around? Let Iceman be a judge. And I'm going to give you one newly retiree that won't be biased. Allen Iverson. Boom. He can dunk. He never won the slam dunk contest, but he was flying back in his day. A little bit more than Chris Paul, by the way. And that's my All-Star break. Kool Sports Chronicle. What will the NBA look like moving forward? The NBA's Board of Governors approved the 22-team return to play in where? Florida, Disneyland. I know who's not in support, and I'd like to take y'all to CBSSports.com. Kyrie Irving does not support the NBA resuming in Orlando. Can the NBA enact social change through resuming the season? Maybe with commercials and sponsorship, you know, they can campaign a movement, not the Black Lives Matter movement. We know who funding that movement. Howard, Dwight Howard that is, also argued that playing would provide the nation a distraction from what is happening right now. LeBron James wants to restart the season, believes he can enact social change and play at the same time. Kyrie Irving has become the face of resistance against restarting the NBA season, but that is a stance that is not shared by his most famous former teammate. LeBron James was not present on a conference call Irving led that included more than 80 NBA players and WNBA players, and that is because James, quote, believes playing in Orlando won't deter his ability to continue inspiring change. James was one of several superstars who participated in the conference call earlier that was meant to align the league's best players in order to present a united front on finishing the season. Irving was not known to have been on that call, but as a vice president of the NBPA voted in favor of resuming play on June 5th, he has since changed his mind, with social justice reportedly being one of the main factors in his thinking. James has been active on that front for virtually his entire career, famously speaking out on social issues and even founding a school in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. He formed a group featuring a number of NBA and WNBA players meant to support black voting rights. And so I think we have a little bit of a clique formation going in here. Remember that phone call? They say reportedly Kyrie Irving wasn't on that call that James was on. And that was the conference call of the best players, quote unquote. And Kyrie led a conference call, and LeBron wasn't on there. Does James want to resume playing because he knows his chances of winning are high? I mean, if I'm this close to a ring and I'm balling hard with another ball hard individual with a couple of supporting cast individuals that clearly if we played in this playoffs we probably win it all, he plays the lighter role. Think of him as a Jay-Z type figure when it comes to social change. How many players are actually willing to sit out and boycott the season or not play? Let's go back to the Kyrie led phone call. This is out of the CBSSports.com again, When the National Basketball Players Association, that's NBPA, voted to approve Adam Silver's plan to finish the 2019-20 season by sending 22 teams to Disney World, not everyone got a say in that process. The NBA is comprised of 9 executive committee members, led by President Chris Paul and one other player representative from each of the 30 teams. So here we are with this plan to drop 22 teams into a city and county where the coronavirus cases are reportedly surging again. This is not a normal NBPA matter where a few can speak for the whole. The decision to enter yourself into a confined bubble site and play potentially 8 weeks of basketball games in the middle of a pandemic is to assume a very obvious personal risk. A significant number of players are not happy they didn't get to vote on the return for themselves. Cliques, I'm telling you, is forming. According to Haynes, quote, several players have been reluctant to speak up about not wanting to play under these conditions for fear of going against a group of superstars who have been vocal about wanting to return. Peep it. In mid-May, Chris Paul organized a call that included LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard, and Russell Westbrook. Tell me that ain't clicked up. That call resulted in a collective commitment to continuing the season once it was deemed safe. Okay, is it deemed safe right now? But again, that was a while ago and conditions are changing. So look at them clicks. Clicks in shit. I'ma say it again. Clicks in shit. I played basketball, I played football, I played kickball, and all on these teams were a bunch of cliques. Clicks. This podcasting thing, there's clicks in that too. There's clicks in YouTube. There's clicks everywhere. See, I ain't got time for that. Clicks. It's that cult culture type shit. National Basketball Players Association, they got a little Illuminati group. I just showed you half of them. Look at the organized call. If I'm in the league, ain't no buddies. I want your spot. I want your championship. I want everything. I'm gunning for your neck. I'm like Jordan Kobe out there. I don't mess with nobody but that basketball. I don't rock with you on and off court if you ain't got my colors on. It's the good old boy system. Again, I said banana boat bosom buddy bammers is what it is. It's a bunch of bees out there. All they do is go on the banana boats together and hang out with the cliques, talk about what team they gonna go to next year and if they should play with them. I mean, check this out. Cleveland at one point had Kevin Love, LeBron James, Dwyane Wade, and Derrick Rose on the same team. You had a squad, and they wasn't even the best in the league. I'm just putting it out there. I mean, just voicing my concern. Again, I'm 50-50 with the return, but if you gonna do it, allow Phoenix to win the championship. I'm out.
The Blazers get Eric Bledsoe, who's turned into a journeyman. And when you turn into a journeyman, your days are numbered. Ask Brandon Knight, ask Isaiah Thomas. It's a long list of fellas. Let me get an edge to the Cavs on this one. What they're getting in Rajon Rondo is what I don't want to really compare because there's clearly no comparison. The point guard is the point guard. But Cleveland's getting, let's just say, veteran player in Rondo who's been there. His skills is that of someone who can get you to the promised land. Can he shoot the three? Like, let's say Chris Paul? No. But can he get you and your big man the W? Yeah.
And this is a cool sports chronicle. Y'all know what it is, man.
Trying to carry.
Hey, don't get him upset. If you get him upset, chances are he gains weight and he asks for a trade. And the way he been rolling about this league, I just haven't been a Harden fan. I'm gonna have to rock with Brooklyn winning within this trade because they have somebody in Ben who, young kid, you can still mold him. You can still mold him into the veteran player that you want him to be. And will they win the title? No. But will they make noise in the East, possibly coming out the East? You got to go through Chicago. Also got Cleveland. do not sleep. And you got Miami. So Brooklyn coming out of the East with that roster currently, you lost Brimbury. Let me continue.
Okay, DJ.
Booker got an official to move the mascot away from underneath the basket. The drama led to fans taking a jab at Booker for not being more like the player he looked up to, the late Kobe Bryant. Just because you're inspired by a player doesn't mean you want to be exactly like that player. Like, we know Kobe had signs of Jordan in him, you know, with his fadeaways and the way he handled himself on the court. You could see a little bit of Jordan in him, and it was okay. Those who hated Kobe at the time, you know, I'm a Suns fan, so I was one of them. I was like, why does he just look so much like Jordan? I didn't like it, but it was working for him. In this case, you got Booker and Bryant. I say that the torch has been passed, actually, from Jordan to Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. Now you have Booker. You're seeing signs of Kobe and Booker. That's all it is. I guess there's a lot of people that don't like that. So any little, for instance, I'll say 2 years ago, summertime, Booker was training, getting his game on. And quite frankly, I have to agree with Noah on this, but Booker was being double teamed. Booker said, I thought we was working on our games. Why we double teaming? Why we double teaming in a pickup game? Noah was like, Jakeem Noah was like, nah, we double teaming out here, bro. I'm trying to win. I get it. That's the competition. That's the competitive spirit in Jakeem Noah. Booker was on some, I'm just trying to work on my game and get buckets at the same time type thing. I get it. It worked for Booker because you look at Booker now, double teams on him. Nah, you probably sending triple teams. But here nor there. Just making the observation. So this is quoted by Booker. I'm really enjoying this, and I always have enjoyed social media, the Suns guard said of the beef with the Raptors mascot and how far it went on social media. I check it daily, and when they're saying good things about it, I don't get too high, I don't get too low about it. Good answer, Booker, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Suns fan. Peep it. The only problem I have is people still comparing me to Kobe Bryant when I told them in the playoffs last season, stop bringing up Mamba Mentality. I'm inspired by Kobe Bryant and Mamba Mentality, but I am not Kobe Bryant. And people are out here yelling Mamba Mentality from their mama's house. I'll leave you with that. Hey, Booker made the remarks after scoring 35 in the team's 112-94 win over the Indiana Pacers, who also tried to troll Booker with the Toronto Raptors mascot.
But every now and then, I think you like to remind people of that guy of old that can go out there and get you 50 if he needed to.
Sometimes, man, I try to take what the defense gives me, but I'm with you, Eddie. They be playing with my name sometimes. So, sometimes you just got to come out here and show them.
70 points is a lot of points. I mean, so we still have to appreciate the fact that somebody did that.
Please, I hope. I live in Phoenix. I mean, I'm totally a fan of this team and this kid and the coach, but his upside.
Yeah, the biggest thing though is that he said, I don't put limits on myself. I don't limit it. That gets lost in this whole banter of, is that okay? Is that not okay?
Sure.
No, listen what he said. I don't limit myself. Do you think you could score 70? Yeah, why not? It could have been 80, could have been 90, right? It's that mentality that's very important for the next generation of players to understand. You do not limit yourself.
I feel like that's rare, though.
Yes, but we need to focus on that instead of all the trivial stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, listen to what he said about it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right? At 20 years old. At 20. He is a baby.
At 20. So that's awesome. If he can catch on to that earlier than I ever caught on to it, earlier than MJ ever caught on to it, it makes the game better as time goes on.
So yeah, as I said, Indiana, the Pacers, they tried to troll Booker as well, and it backfired on them. So check it. In that same game, the Pacers trolled Devin Booker by having someone wear a dinosaur costume after his tiff with the Raptors mascot. This is out of uprocks.com. Devin Booker went to war this week with the Raptor, the official mascot of the Toronto Raptors, after shooting a free throw in the otherwise empty Scotiabank Arena. He made both free throws anyway. Y'all forget. They don't want to talk about that. He made both his free throws, right? Right? Did it matter? He just wanted the dude to move out the way, and then he had fun with it. If you ask me, the Raptor and Booker played all y'all haters and naysayers for fools. Let me continue. Booker complained about the mascot's attempt to distract him, a failed attempt, might I add, which led to the Raptor moving elsewhere out of Booker's line of sight. Apparently, all is well between the two, as evidenced by the fact that both of them changed their Twitter pictures recently. And if you look at Devin Booker's profile pic, he got the Raptor. You look at the Raptors pic, he got Devin Booker. And he doesn't have Booker. He has he has himself behind the backboard looking crazy. And look, check it, Devin Booker. This is why I love mascots versus players. Like Robin Lopez and his bout with mascots. Like, I don't know if Booker know this. Booker, you done started a war, bruh. Hey, these mascots got a thing. It's like a brotherhood. All these mascots is gonna band together every time there's a road game. And Booker, they gonna go at you, bruh. I hope you know what you're doing with it. Hey, cause Robin Lopez had some stints. He still has stints with mascots. I remember Barkley, he had his stint. I think the only mascot that got your back, Booker, you probably gotta watch him too. The Gorilla. Oh yes, like I said, mascots, it's a brotherhood between them, bruh. Maybe you and the Gorilla need to go talk, need to rap, because no pun intended with the Raptors, but maybe y'all need to go back in the locker room and rap or some shit. Come to a common ground. Maybe the Gorilla need to send a tweet out and say, hey, all is well, Booker ain't mean it, because it's gonna get mean out there. Hey, let me continue. Book 'em buckets, baby. That's how it is.
You know what I'm saying? Volume 3 on the way, you know what I'm saying? It's winter time right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm Clyde Drexler, you Harriman. Smoking dope from across the country over here. It's designer, sorry for bursting bubble. I'm in a league of my own. Got the 5, still made the 3. Can't figure
Estás viendo DJ? On the Channel of Kool. Like and share and subscribe.
It's our race, y'all. See the lifestyle, fuck around. Yeah.
Hey Lakers, man, I'm sorry. Before I kick this whole thing off, I gotta apologize because I know you Lakers fans are looking at like, why Kool keep going on the Lakers like that? Only because y'all are our rivalries and y'all know who are. Let me continue. This is why I gotta give the Lakers the work, because let me tell you, everywhere I be at, there's a Lakers head. It's been a lot of Lakers heads, and I watched y'all chip chatter for 2-3 years. Yeah, you got one of them 3 years. You got one of them championships out of 3. But I still hear y'all chip chat. You know who Lakers fans remind me of? Cowboy fans. Let's go. This is out of ESPN.com. Los Angeles Lakers star Russell Westbrook benched late and lost. Coach Frank Vogel had green light to do it, sources say. Los Angeles, what's going on with y'all in Lakerland? Over the past week and a half, Lakers management has told the coaching staff to coach Westbrook as the coaches see fit, even if that means pulling him from a game, as Vogel did for the final 3 minutes and 52 seconds of the fourth quarter against Indiana. Sources told ESPN. You're getting this news from KSPN. But before I continue, why is the front office telling the coaches to coach a player how they're coaching the player? They're already coaching them how they see fit. They're losing. See, the problem is everybody's starting to point fingers. And like I told y'all before, I made a bold prediction on IG, and it's coming in fruition right now. Dwight Howard's in trade talks. Russell Westbrook's in trade talks. Frank Vogel's on the hot seat. Everything that I said on IG is coming into fruition. If I ain't mistaken, I might have said this on one of the previous Kool Sports posts. Y'all don't pay attention. Kool know what he talk about when he do these sports segments, man. Let me continue. One source close to the situation described the message from management to the staff as, quote, "You got to do what you got to do." Damn right, because y'all right now. Y'all record says it. Westbrook was 5 for 17 from the field. Brick City! When Vogel put him in for Malik Monk, with LA trailing 101-94, it seemed like the game was already over. Apart from his offensive struggles, Westbrook failed to execute on the defensive end. And look, the defense win championships, and if you ain't playing defense, Westbrook, All-Star, MVP, future Hall of Famer, if you ain't playing defense, Karis LeVert blew by Westbrook on defense for a layup with 7 minutes and 13 seconds remaining. I ain't see the play, but every article that I read, and there's different articles I read on this, they went to the Karis LeVert play. And let's explain that, because the coaching staff have repeatedly emphasized the scouting report to take away LeVert's right hand. And Westbrook, guarding LeVert at the top of the key one-on-one, didn't angle himself properly and allowed LeVert easy access to the hoop. Asked what was behind his decision to bench Westbrook, the normally measured Vogel responded with the matter-of-fact edge. Quote, "Playing the guys that I thought were going to win the game," he said. Vogel's job has been in jeopardy since LA was blown out by 37 points at the Denver Nuggets over the weekend, according to various reports. How you lose by 37 in LA? I love LA. The coaching staff had been debating whether to pull Westbrook from late game situations for weeks, but always refrained because of worries about the lasting impact on Westbrook's psyche. Sources said. Indeed, even LeBron James danced around the subject, just like he did when he was in the playoffs. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was Jay Crowder when we beat their ass last year in the playoffs in the first round. I'm sorry. Shots fired. Indeed, even LeBron James danced around the subject of Westbrook's benching, perhaps not wanting to draw further attention to the indignity for the one-time league MVP. Quote, "Would you think that would bother Russ not being in the late game?" He said, answering a reporter's question with the question rather than giving a straight answer. Hey, this is the article, man. I'm just reading it. Hey, but when y'all, because I seen this interview, and if you heard and seen his mannerisms, you would probably assume that quote was a direct shot at Frank Vogel. Let me run it back. Would you think that would bother Russ not being in a late game? He said. James was left to speak on Westbrook because the 14-year veteran who exited the court with 8.4 seconds remaining on the clock departed from the arena without speaking to reporters. Westbrook also had already vacated the locker room by the time his teammates were finished showering, sources said, foregoing any post-game discussion with the team. Damn. Quote, "I don't think it's nothing personal," said the Lakers forward Carmelo Anthony. Of course you gonna say that. And as a hooper, I'm gonna say this. That locker room is in shambles.
The Lakers are such wussies. And I only say wussies because I can't say the word I want to say.
I know.
The way they have tried to throw Russell Westbrook and Frank Vogel under the bus is just really pissing me off. And I got to tell you something.
Oh no! Hey, we've got a guest standing by.
Well, the Lakers still suck when we get back from his interview.
Okay. Well,
yeah, he was playing. I'm still mad. Now listen, I'm not going to sit out like all these clowns on other networks got their head up the Lakers' booties. Now, they're blaming Frank Vogel and Russell Westbrook. Listen, the people up top who put that trash together are running and hiding like cowards, saying, oh, it's Frank, it's Russ. You put all them old geezers out there. Listen, the best guy other than LeBron in the last month has been who? Stanley Johnson.
Yeah.
And for y'all to be bringing a guy who was on the street and he becomes your second best player, and the general, whoever running that trash out there getting away, it's ridiculous, man.
What do you guys think? Comment below, share, subscribe. This is a KSPN Kool Sports Chronicle on the Channel of Kool, the coolest channel on YouTube. We out.
Estás bien, DJ? On the Channel of Kool. Like and share and subscribe.
It's outrageous, PR. See the lifestyle, fuck rap. Yeah.
Kwame Brown calls out Stephen A. Smith for charging kids $2,899 at his basketball camp.
Bruh.
What is Stephen A. doing hosting the basketball camp?
Bruh.
And what are you doing paying $2,899 to even go to his basketball camp? Who teaching it, him? There's no doubt that growing up, a lot of kids ended up attending basketball camps to work on their games, compete against other hoopers, and get mentorship about basketball. I was one that played, I was one that coached it, I was actually a counselor at a couple of them. However, sometimes the cost of a basketball camp can be prohibitive. That was the case with Stephen A. Smith's camp, which cost $2,899 to attend. What is Stephen A. gonna teach them kids, bruh? How to yell on camera?
Cause brother, taking the shot is 50% of making the shot.
Ooh.
Stephen A. gonna be goddamn giving out speeches and shit. $3,000 per point. He averaged one mother point in college.
But I averaged 1.5 points a game. I saw some article on social media. That's a lie. It was less.
How can you account for wanting $3,000 per child?
I was good enough to get a basketball scholarship with 2 bad knees.
Do you not see me on First Take talking about the game? Do you not see me on the sideline watching the game? Do you not see me talking with Skip Bayless about it? I even talked to Jalen Rose. I talked to Shaq. I shot the ball on the sideline with D Wade. I know I missed it, but I shot it. I'm gonna teach your son how to talk about it and not be about it.
Preach it.
What kind of New York guy that talk about ball all day like
and
this?
Ain't
like
hoop
he talk
a day in his life.
Play ball.
And ain't hoop a
New
day
York
in his
is
life.
like the mecca of basketball. This guy gotta have such an inferiority complex that he feel. I'm not talking about all around everybody from New York. I'm talking about from a basketball standpoint.
Hoop,
New York people got handles. No matter how big or tall, small, they got handles. They got aggression. They got grit.
Look,
they got everything Stephen A. Smith
No, Kwame, no. Times have changed now, Kwame. These Bammers like to go out on Union Square for PS5s and computer and gadgets, and they ain't hooping no more. Again, hooping goes through the house of PG County now. That's the mecca of basketball now.
Please, I want to see. I want to see the footwork. I want to see the jab step. I want to see the jab step go.
Hey, I want to see that too. I want to see Stephen A. in the gym with them folks in some hooping gear. I want them in some J's. Stephen A., if you're gonna go out there though, I don't know about you other hoopers. I'm low tops now. barely a sock, but I got a sock on, of course. I used to hoop with 2 pair of socks. It secures the ankle, breaking you down something or some gems with basketball. If you hoop, continue, Kwame.
Go left, step back. I want to see the jab step, go left, step back, crossover, pull up. I want to see the jab step back behind the back. I want to
see the basics, bruh.
Pull up. I want to see it all, Stephen A.
My bone cracked in half my first year at Winston-Salem State.
Bruh.
I still have those knee pains to this very day.
Bruh.
To be fair to Stephen A. Smith, the analyst did play college basketball at Winston-Salem University, and it is clear that he has some sort of on-court experience. Still though, $2,899 is a lot to charge kids, especially ones coming from a working class family. But let me tell you how much I would charge. And I did the math. I already had the business plan. I still have it in my hard drive, just in case when the brother retire, I want to get into something. How long is your camp, Stephen A? Is it the whole entire summer, like I'ma do? Because with my plan, I'ma get 80 grand. And I ain't charged $2,899 to do it. I charged $200, and I opened it up for 100 kids. I ran an AAU program, 2 teams, a bunch of boys, transported them myself. I had 16 kids in my Tahoe at one point, plus the assistant coach. Got the job done. I paid their way. They didn't pay for that league in the summer league. I paid for that. I paid for that. I paid for the uniforms. I'm in a different demographic than Stephen A. though. Maybe he's in Hollywood with this shit. You come to my camp, I can coach you better than Stephen A. ever played. And I'll do it for way cheaper. I challenge Stephen A. to a one-on-one game. I bust his bum ass. I know I would. There is no doubt that Brown is oh, you know what? He won't play me. He'll be like, I broke my foot. I'm still feeling pain to this day.
My bone cracked in half my first year at Winston-Salem State.
Bruh.
There's no doubt that Brown is no fan of Smith either. And once Brown even challenged Smith to a fight. See, I don't want to fight. I want to hoop. That is definitely a little wild. Definitely. Though as of right now, no fight between the two has happened. I hope not. Come on, Kwame. It ain't that serious, bro. It remains to be seen if Stephen A. Smith will end up responding to Kwame Brown's jabs about his basketball camp. Though, it is fair for people to want him to reduce the camp's price. It is also fair for Smith to charge whatever he wants for his services. I would say, if you dumb enough to go in that camp for that much money, you dumb enough to not get game. And don't get mad when your ass don't get picked up in them pickup games because you went to a Stephen A. Smith camp and not Coach Kenny's. What do y'all think, man? Holla at me, man. Comment below. Let me know. I'm out. Vibe out real quick.